G'day, mate, and welcome back to Factorio with me, JD. So, I have put down the whole oil build. Now, it's all in one giant robot network, so we'll bring that up. Oh, maybe not. Okay, I need to go put a robot port down here. I forgot about that. It's in one giant robot network, so it will self-build. And the robots have been busy. They've put down what they can, but I forgot that I took all the belts off the outpost train. So they can't actually build any of these belts. They can put down the beacons and like lots of other things, so that they have more than enough to keep them busy, and the outpost train will keep... Thank you, autosave. Trying to place a roboport. The outpost train will keep coming back and forth and bringing like cliff explosives and beacons and all the important goody things that you know will mean this will get slowly built over time. Which is fine. Like we're not in any rush, so slowly built over time definitely works for us. In the meantime, I've already got this giant blueprint book I made up, which is all the builds, and we need to start actually putting down some of these builds. Go away, cliffs. Thank you. Now, I did say I want to put science right here. I want to put it like right, well, here. Right above oil. So I think actually that's probably the first thing we're going to do. Now, I have no problem if all these networks become one giant network. Because at the end of the day, I'm basically going to purge the networks when I'm done. I want one giant network so things auto-build and all the roboports can be hooked together, and we'll make one big giant network for construction purposes. Including train track, the whole works. After it's built, then by all means I will go through and I will rip out all the robots, alright, segregate the networks again, and then we'll be in a better position to actually turn things on. Now, the other problem I have is, well, there's a couple of problems. So, like, this build, it is 66 labs. Now, I got a couple of problems. One, Oleg, who if you guys are active on my Discord, know that he's very active there, and comments on quite a number of videos. He actually pointed out that I made a small mistake. I know 52 labs processes 2.5 or a blue belt of science, but it's actually half a blue belt, because when you take 4 blue belts into a science build, it's 2 packs on one, 2 packs on another, 2 packs on the third, and a single pack on the 4th belt. So it's actually 1.2k science. So when I did the maths to this to get 66 labs, thinking that would cover me for 3k, one, I was a little bit short on 66, I think. Yeah, I think I was a little bit short. 2, I'm really short because 52 labs does 1.2k and we've got 3. So he pointed out in my belt base, and I actually find the message again. I don't know, someone's screaming at me right now going, hey, you already mentioned this in the belt base. Right, and yeah, you're correct. I need, and that's the alarm. That's the alarm saying the accumulators are getting down to 15%. We are already pushing our power limits with, you know, potentially 5 gigawatts worth of continuous power. Yeah. So, we need 128 labs total. That's pretty much the bottom line. So if I take that build, which is 18 multiplied by 4 is 36, 72... Yeah, that'll get us there. So we need 128, which is 64 labs, which is 16. That. So we need... I need more blueprint space. Remove remove that. Thanks for filling up my inventory full of crap, box. I don't really need it actually delivered. What the hell did I do with the blueprint? There it is. Pop that there. So, 64 labs, and then I need to double it. So, the other big problem is this particular, and I can't remember if I've already said this because I've recorded this episode like 3 times now. People keep coming and knocking on the door and calling and being generally obnoxious. You know, why can't people go like, you know, knock on the door when I'm not recording on a weekend or something? Yeah, it's a perfect time to get deliveries. Anyway, this particular build has 2 train tracks in. Now, I already know that I can squeeze these train tracks together, and I can actually get 3 train tracks in here without any problem. I have no idea whether I can... What's going to happen, whether we're going to have 3 train tracks doing the 7 science packs, or whether we're going to like rearrange the build and have more tracks for less trains. That's all a bit up in the air. So, the idea is to get the build done first, and then we'll work out the smaller details after the fact. Where's the one doing substations? Let's increase the cap on that, because we're just going through substations. So we have a science build. It's unpowered, it's unhappy, but it's built at least. Now, in my magic blueprint book, please tell me I have the silo build. Where is... I don't. I went and built the silo build. And I forgot to give it a word. I'm doing well. Doing well. That goes there. Clear off that. Clear off that. Clear off that. Because the silo build, believe it or not, is actually one of the biggest builds in this playthrough. And it's not because of the amount of space required for a silo. It's actually for the amount of space required for the low density structures and the rocket control units to be built and be, you know, the intermediates that go into it. They chew a lot of steel, and yeah, they chew a lot of steel. In fact, about half the steel production. This one, low density structures. About half the steel goes into low density, and steel, if you know, everybody knows, the steel build is one of the biggest builds there is, because furnaces are not exactly fast, and they're even not faster when you add productivity modules. And then even with the layers and layers of speed beacons we give them, they're still not great. Oh, and that's the other thing. In building, deconstructing, and trashing all this, I went through a couple of power armors. I went through all the batteries, which were fully charged, in these power armors, with all the batteries in this power armor. And I have already been through all the power in this, in all the batteries in this power armor, and I am... Oh, crap. Okay, I need a roboport. I need to keep a roboport in there. So yeah, I went through all the power in this armor, and the one I'm currently wearing, and all these batteries were full. Just running around doing deconstruction mainly. Come on, bots, clear the inventory. Okay, so we're going to need another radar. Let's dump it here because these substations haven't been built. What's taking this train so long? Oh, remove the circuit condition. Yeah. We want the train to come back and forth as fast as possible. And I want our silos. Which I've just gone off and grabbed whilst nobody was looking. Okay. Silos. Now this is only set up currently. Where are I? Come on, go away. Go away. Okay, let's swap to power armor that actually lets me move around at something slower, something a little bit faster than a snail's pace. And we'll just deconstruct everything in... Yep, deconstruct everything as far as we can see. Okay. Silos. Alright. So this silo build, it's 2 trains in, 1 train out. Now straight away that's wrong and it will have to be reconfigured. Because we're going to definitely need 3 trains in. And... let's blueprint that. And remove that. And get yet another... I can get rid of that. Another one of these without the substations. Plop that there. Take the top half of the build and snap it back on. So yes, I'm going to need 3 train stations in with 2 train stations out. This is our silo build. It's really nothing special. The only special thing about it is, even though we're doing 3,000 science packs per minute, and everybody knows the satellite, once launching a rocket, does 1,000 science, we actually need 4 silos. Because a silo takes, at fully speed beacon, so this is fully speed beacon with the 4 productivity modules in there, actually takes, and this is one of those little quirks of Factorio that I really, really hope the devs fix in version 17, or fix is the wrong word, change is the right word. It's one of the things I really hope they change in 17, is the rocket silo actually takes 61 seconds from start to finish to launch to reset. And the main reason is it takes like 20 seconds to actually load it with all the materials, using stack inserters and speed beacons and all the rest of it. But then the actual animation for launching a rocket, which I know the devs have spent a lot of time on, and I understand that they like the animation, but it takes like 41 ticks or 41 seconds to run through its animation. Consequently, this build takes... It takes 61 seconds between satellite launches. So, we need... Okay, so you're not meant to be there, outpost train. You're meant to be here. And you've gone and boo-booed. No, no, no. Fill it with the awesome fuel that is land, fill of land, second condition, on a train, at a capped max speed. We can't even get up to the full speed. We've got shit acceleration. This is going to take a while. 250, 260 rather than the normal 300. Okay. So yeah, the silo build, it takes 61 seconds between launches. And like I said, I really hope the devs in the next version change that so they launch just a little bit faster. Just a tiny bit. I just noticed my train stations aren't lined up. Meh. Okay. So we're going to go to the landfill train, which is at like the far end of the base, and give it enough damn track that it can turn around and get back out. And the track's there, it's just somebody's got to actually go over there and do it manually. Frustrating much? Oh, there's not even something fun in there. Okay. So whilst we're doing that, what else do I have to add? I ripped up all the defenses around the base. Because I could. And they're not really doing anything anymore. And that train's empty. Can't quite pack up the whole outpost. Okay, jump out of the train. How much wood did that use? 11 wood. Okay. Jump into here. Switch you to manual. And oh, I actually want to go to Z. Back to Z we go. Where we started from. At least we'll do this about 300 k's an hour. Seems a little bit more reasonable. Okay. There's still going to be a lot of traversing around the map for the fun of it. Because I have not designed the train tracks well. Okay, I can deconstruct those. Yeah. Just any chance I've got, I'm just ripping up some of the useless junk we've still got laying around. Like defenses that don't do anything. I'd love to be placing solar, but I actually need to get up into the top corner where we have some of those old... We have some of those outposts that are now at least... I fixed the ones that were broken. Like these guys and... Was it this one? No, that one. No, that one. No, this one. Okay, I needed to add more stone dumping, obviously. Probably best off to actually bring a stone train in here to clear out this crap. But yeah, I fixed some of the problems. Not all the problems. But yeah, we need to decommission... Just start moving the train tracks back. So I need to decommission this one, this one, this one, and this one. And fill all that in with solar. Decommission backward. Fill all this in with solar. Same with these guys. There's a fair bit of off-camera work to be done, so to speak. Did you not unpack? Yes, thank you. Because I'd really like to actually get these builds up and running. You've now got power, which means a couple of substations later, you guys have got power. Excellent. I don't have my cliff explosives. Let's go with 80 of those. Because all that has to be cleared up. Put a rover port there, and a rover port there, and we're now all on the same network. Good. Alright. So, rocket silo. Rocket silo needs three things. It needs rocket control units, low density structures, and rocket fuel. Rocket fuel is built over here and will output on this belt. It's a little bit on the extreme end, but I could probably even belt that straight across. Just due to the way belts work now, that's now at the outside of reasonable. I mean, it's at the outside realm, but it's still well and truly doable. The other thing I need to do is I need to work out our low density structures and our rocket control units. So, whilst the robots are busy taking care of stuff, let's put that one in instead. So this is our low density structures. And this build is calculated to do the 3,000 packs per minute that we require. With really, really long trains, which obviously... These don't compress well. But then again, one build's here, one build's here. So I am planning on using much shorter trains overall. So let's try putting that there. Again, I have no idea if this will be the final resting ground for this build or any of these builds. And as I've said before, a lot of the builds actually need a second pass. They need somebody to stop and look at them a second time to decide if there's any little mistakes I've made. Because I've made plenty of mistakes during this series building things. Report. Whoops. It's alright, I had to replace the build anyway. Come on, boom. Thank you. Nope. That item. Okay, so after the bots finish flying back and forth, oh, we're taking all the crap out of my inventory. Good bots. I got no idea what that is. So this will become our low density structure build. To feed this monstrosity, and I'll find it up here. To feed this monstrosity, we need 15,000 steel per minute. Now a train carries... What are we doing? We're doing 4 5s. So a train carries 4,000 per carriage. 5 or 10? We're using 10 trains, aren't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're using 5 10s. So, train carries 4,000. 10 long is 40,000 steel. And again, steel is slow to make and it has high compression. So, I might change these stations. I might change these stations to halve the length. So, a train per 90 seconds, 80 seconds. That somewhat sounds more reasonable. And I've also got to get... I got to get 3 materials in here. I got to get plastic, which is coming from an entirely separate section of the base, plus steel, plus copper. No, steel, plastic, copper, and then I also need a train out. Alright, so let's start plugging in these belts. I think rails. I think that's probably mission objective number 1. So this is science out. We're going to run that straight to here. Now, of course, that doesn't actually plug in because I can't line that one up with that one, but we're just going to assume that those two connect for the moment. We're going to assume that this is low density. Now, train tracks move up and down on a 2-square tile. So, okay, what's something I don't need? I don't need that. Let's cut that. Give you the icon of... There you go. You're now a piece of dynamite. Slice that out. Put our dynamite here instead. So this is 8 wagons of 1 and 2 of red circuits. Okay, I've copied that out from somewhere else then. Come on, bots, rip up stuff faster. Okay, so that's 1 train track in. We can put a 2nd train track here without a problem. You know, apart from the whole north side of the build needs to go up. So that's our out. we have steel, copper, and plastic. Okay, so let's go with remove our dynamite, re-grab the whole build, give you a picture of a barrel instead so we don't lose it. Hang on, I need that barrel back. Or do I? No. I just need another blueprint. Okay, so let's go up to the actual working build. So I did say I was allowed to move fuel around on a belt. So that's exactly what I've done here. I have got a single unloader that's loading into a train and onto a belt, which is feeding 2 train tracks. It just cuts down on the amount of crap I need overall. Get rid of that, get rid of that, and get rid of that. Okay, so that's train track number 1. Really? No, no. Nope, there's no iron. Okay. Be like that then. Okay. So we want 4 stations. 1 for output, 3 for input. So we'll paste that down really quickly. At the moment we're only using markers. Obviously there's no request set up. These have got passive provider boxes, but that's besides the point. We're just planning as we go. Take our oil barrel, plop that back down. That is the north half of the build. That's power and robot coverage hooked back up. Call that a win. That's the power siren again. Accumulators are getting down to 13, 12. Yeah. Which actually means that these steam engines, and these steam engines have all kicked into life. We're going to have to do something about that. Because in the meantime, bots are just placing down more and more and more. Okay, so that's a belt build. More and more speed beacons. Blacklist. Let's rip that up. There's no network coverage. Okay, well that doesn't help. That's a belt build, that's a bot build. That's a mining drill build. That can go away. Some of these can go away, but not many of them have actual robot coverage. Oh. So even this one doesn't have robot coverage. Just looks like it has robot coverage. Okay, after they're built, it does have robot coverage. Okay, so back to the job at hand. So we have that build down. Next one is going to be in the next episode. Yep, quick and easy as that. So in the next one we will do, it'll be steel, but we'll do that in the next episode. So thank you guys for watching. I do hope you're enjoying all this piecemealing together and temporariness of these builds, because nothing is finalized and things won't be finalized until all the builds are put in their rough approximation. Like I said, I could go back to creative mode and spend another who knows how long making it all neat and perfect, and then just dropping down blueprint after blueprint after blueprint and pretending like I'm super smart and I worked this all out in my head in 15 seconds. But like I said, it took me weeks, and I got down to, I started, same as I'm doing here, I started at science, I worked my way down, and I got through to production science, which was the hardest part. I started the hardest end and worked my way backward. But yeah, it was a giant spaghetti mess, and I'm also hoping that I can do it a little bit cleaner this time around. Anyway, that's enough from me. Thank you guys for watching. As always, do hope you're enjoying the series, and I will see you guys in the next episode. All right, bye!